Sally Gray here. I'm the founder of Real Healthy Kids, and I've made it my life's mission to bring together cutting-edge mind and body tools to help women transform their lives and their families' health and happiness. And I'm creating this video to support the book, the Heal Your Hair program by Lise Helsloot, the founder also of Take You Time. Because what I've discovered over 25 years as a naturopath, as a nutritionist, as a life coach, as a certified Jack Canfield Success Principles trainer, as a transpersonal counsellor, is that stress really is the elephant in the room. Stress has a profound impact on our physical and our emotional experience of life. Our stress determines how much happiness we can experience and how much health. And of course, our health is what we tend to experience as our external representation of life. And with direct respect to the quality of our hair, as Lise talks about in her book, stress has a profound role to play. And so this video is directly speaking to that chapter in the book where we talk about how to relieve the body of stress so that we can start to heal from the inside out, which will have a very significant impact on what we observe on the outside. So our hair is a product of what is going on the inside. And stress, as I said, is something that we are all so capable of dealing with. And stress is so profoundly impactful that it's just part of our lives and has a consequence. Sometimes we don't realize that the consequence is happening. It's a process that will play out in time. But we do get the clues. And one of those clues could be that our hair just simply isn't as good as it used to be. It can diminish in its quality. And so this is a clue. And it just makes proactive sense when it comes to our health to look at stress that is driven from inside as having an impact externally. So today we're going to talk about one of the key stress relieving tools that I've observed in my clinical practice over 25 years. And I've seen to be powerfully impactful, powerfully effective. And tapping quite literally is the practice of tapping various parts of the body. So I wanted to give you a very practical demonstration today so that you can follow along and you can learn more about this in your own time through your research. There's much more information about this practice on realhealthykids.com to give you further guidance. But let's just talk about the stress that can lead to healthy hair issues and what we can do about it. So let's assume that there is stress, because there will be. And let's do a tapping routine so you can see how this can be beneficial. So tapping is a sequence of events starting with a setup statement where we employ a very powerful psychological practice of acceptance and exposure. So we're going to acknowledge that there is a negative emotion with a negative charge attached to it and that we accept ourselves anyway. We're going to rate how we feel at this point so that we can see the benefit of the practice at the end of our session. And then we're going to acknowledge that we can take action and take charge and take back control of our health, because we really can. Our health is a very predictable outcome of our current day practices. So it's something that I encourage all people to explore and set the predictable practices for future health in place. So let's just look at what could be behind a hair issue. And stress in terms of frustration might be the thing that we experience, because it's frustrating when we do all that we seemingly can and yet our hair is still not as good as we know it can be, not as good as we want it to be. So let's look at frustration as the emotion behind it, just for today's example. And you can follow along. So if we to start a practice, we rate how we feel. So if I think about the frustration I might be feeling with my hair, let's say I could rate it as 7 out of 10, 0 being nothing, 10 being the most extreme representation of that emotion. So let's start with a 7 with frustration and try and get in touch with that yourself, and you'll get some benefit out of this demonstration. And it goes like this: even though I feel frustrated, about my hair, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel frustrated, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel frustrated, I deeply and completely accept myself. This frustration, 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 this frustration. And then we take a breath. And in most cases, the level that you would have rated your negative emotion at the beginning will have diminished once you've done just one round of tapping. So you might feel a little bit excited about how you could apply these in other areas of your life, and it really is exciting. But for the purposes of dealing with the stress that can be behind a hair issue, let's just stay there for a minute. And if you feel like the frustration hasn't diminished much, you simply do that process again, tapping on the points and clearly stating the emotion. Now, as I said, that's a powerful psychological practice in itself. Accepting and exposing this emotion diminishes its impact, which allows our body's natural healing process to take effect. And that's what we're aiming for. Now, once you've been through that and you can feel the emotion diminished, we can do another round where we can instill a more positive, empowering focus, where we might say something like, even though this exists, I'm ready to take responsibility for my inner well-being. So I'm taking back responsibility for my inner health. I'm ready to take back responsibility for my inner health. I'm taking 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 back responsibility for my inner health. And that feels so much better. I hope that you've enjoyed that experience as well. And tapping really is a profoundly powerful tool to learn about that you can use yourself to take back responsibility for your inner emotional well-being and your health. And this is something you'll hear much more about because it's been proven time again in recent times to be effective in trials. So it's becoming a very well acknowledged and widely accepted practice in the realm of psychology. To learn more about the points that I've been tapping on and how tapping could work for you in more ways to really create and design the life that you want to be living and to profoundly impact your external health appearances like your hair, you can find out more in Lisa's book, The Heal Your Hair Program, at Take You Time and also at my website, realhealthykids.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you do embrace some of these wonderful tools to empower your life to be living exactly how you want to live.